A certain Kenyan renowned scholar who said that if you want to hide something from a Kenyan, hide it in a book. And I think I can also add and say, if you want to hide something from this generation, hide it in the truth. You post something weird, something funny, and it will trend. Post the truth, it will not be discovered. Only a few maybe will notice it. If you want to hide something from this generation, hide it in the truth. And Jesus Christ attested the same fact in Matthew chapter 11 and from verse 16. My name is Wilson Mutua from Grace Impact Center. Welcome. Verse 16. To what can I compare this generation? It is like children playing a game in the public square. They complain to their friends. Another translation leads a marketplace, and you know a marketplace is normally a noisy place, a place of confusion, a place characterized by lack of proper communication. No effective communication can take place in a marketplace because everybody is focused on selling their own wares and there is no coordinated movement per se. And a marketplace is one place that you cannot communicate effectively. And verse 17, these children complain to their friends, we played wedding songs and you didn't dance. I know wedding songs are songs sung during happy moments, and these children expected a certain reaction or response from their playmates, but they did not respond appropriately. They were indifferent to the tune or to the dance and to whatever they were supposed to respond to. And continues to say, so we played funeral songs and you didn't mourn. And funeral songs are sung during times of mourning, and a certain response was expected because mourning or these mourning songs was supposed to elicit a certain emotional reaction or response, but these people are still indifferent. They are playmates. And Jesus is likening this current generation to this kind of behavior, people who are indifferent. And you know, heaven has a certain mood that is releasing. There is a flow of mood and stream that is releasing emphasis and ideas and emphasis and issues that are coming from heaven, a certain frequency flowing from heaven. And the current generation, or most of the people within this current generation, they are indifferent to what heaven is demanding, and they are quite indifferent. Verse 18, for John didn't spend time eating and drinking, and you say he is possessed by a demon. So these are people who are not able to discern the emergence of a season, because John here represents Elijah, because Malachi had prophesied that God will send Elijah to prepare the way of the Lord. And so when he came, he was labeled wrongly because of their inability to discern the arrival of this season. Verse 19, the Son of Man, on the other hand, feasts and drinks, and you say he is a glutton and drunkard and a friend of tax collectors and other sinners, but wisdom is shown to be right by its results. Another translation also leads is justified by her children. Inability to discern when the seasons of heaven arrive. Jesus Christ is a fulfillment of the prophecies. Jesus Christ is a fulfillment of the law. But look at what they are labeling him. Look at the way they are actually wrongly discerning and defining this particular season. They are wrongly defining these two people, individuals who represent the fulfillment of the prophecy. And this generation is likened to these kind of things. And if you are someone out there, or if something happens out there and maybe you are told that your very close relative has been hit by a car, and then you run and find that it is true that he's lying on the road and bleeding all over the body, and then you start laughing and having fun, people will think that you are mad and they will take you to a mental hospital because you're not supposed to behave like that in such a situation. You are behaving in a very indifferent manner. You're supposed to mourn. You're supposed to respond in a certain way because the situation demands that you elicit or you express certain emotions towards that particular scene, but you are laughing and you are happy and clapping and dancing, you are like a mad person. And Jesus is saying, I would liken this generation to such that people who are so indifferent to the reality. And I pray in the name of Jesus, we will not be indifferent to what God is doing in the earth, because Jesus Christ always captured the heavenly mood. He knew when to mourn and when to be happy. One time he met people selling wares in the temple, and the mood of heaven was he took a whip and removed all of them. The rest of the people are okay with that, and they were indifferent to the mood of heaven at the moment. And when he went to the grave of Lazarus, he mourned, he cried because of the unbelief of the people. He always captured the mood of heaven. And that's my prayer, that we'll always be able to capture the heavenly mood, because there is a stream that is flowing. There is a frequency. There is something that is coming from heaven continuously, and we must respond appropriately and correctly.